Okay. Hi, I am Sister Noble. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. That's what I want to talk about today. Um, when I first heard about it, it was about several years ago when I first heard about it. The Operation Exodus Mississippi. It was maybe maybe 2017 when I heard about it. It might have been 2017. Um, or it could have been 2018. Sometimes I get the dates mixed up. Time is flying, y'all. Time is going by really fast. Okay, I think it was 2018 when I heard about it. But anyway, it could have been before 2018. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about how when I first learned about the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign, um, I gotta admit, I didn't know what it was about. I didn't understand it, to be honest. But Brother Taalik, he broke it down. He explained it the best way he could to me, and I still wasn't really fully on board with the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Y'all understand? Like I wasn't fully on board. You know, I, it is what it is. I did not understand it at first, but time has gone by, and I realized, okay, Brother Taalik has a point about Black people needing to do something really big right now, like control a state, because we don't have any economic power in this country right now. And you all are talking about reparations. You all are begging for reparations, but you don't have any power. You don't have any power to affect any kind of change when it comes to your economic status in this country. You don't have any power to demand reparations. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. Um, you're demanding this and that and the third. You're demanding police reform. You demand that, these police departments be defunded. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that. We need police. Okay. I'm telling you now, if somebody break into my unit, somebody try to harm me in any kind of way, I'm gonna call 911. I need the police to come out. Okay, I need the police to come out because you know my life. This is my life. I'm not gonna call on Jesus to come and save me. I'm not gonna call on Jesus to come and save me. I'm not gonna call on Yahweh to come and save me. I'm gonna call 911. We don't need to be defunding police departments. In fact, we need more police. We need more police. We need to get rid of the bad cops. We definitely need to get rid of all the bad cops, because, there are a few bad apples. And, but overall, we don't need to be defunding the police departments in this country. Most of these people in this country are violent. A lot of people own guns, and a lot of people have guns that, you know, they got through illegal means. A lot of y'all, live in neighborhoods where people are getting shot and killed every day. People are losing their lives every day. Kids are being shot and killed every day in this country. But going back to my original point about the Operation Exodus Mississippi, we need to control a state. We need to control a state and gain some power. Sense, because we don't have any power. We are sitting ducks in this country. We don't have any economic power, so therefore you don't have any power. What can you demand when you don't even have any power economically? What can you demand from the dominant society? They're gonna listen, and they're gonna feed you all the lies, and you know all the lies that they can feed you and tell you what you want to hear, and they're going to continue to do the same thing that they're doing. Police brutality is not going to stop. Police, killing unarmed Black people is not going to stop. You we need to do something really big in order to get these people to take us seriously. And this is where the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign come into play. We need to be able to at least take over a state and control a state, at least. And at first I wasn't quite on board with the Operation Exodus Mississippi. I didn't understand it, and I didn't think it was gonna work. But it can work. It can work. We just need Black people to, we need Black people to be more cooperative. We need Black people to unify, because without unity, we're doomed. Without unity, we are doomed, plain and simple. And hey, hey, Angel Snupnup made it to the chat room. But anyway, yeah, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I think that a lot of people, they listen to Taalik and they hear what he say, but they don't really think it's gonna work. They don't think, okay, this is not possible. This is not possible for Black people to take over a state, but really it is. Because the majority of the residents that live in Mississippi are Black people. 90% of the population is Black in Mississippi. 90% of the population is Black, and it's one of the poorest states in the union. It's one of the poorest states in the entire union. And without unity, like Angel said, we're done. Without unity, we're done. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I think, see, I'm not very optimistic about Black people's future in this country. I'm not very optimistic about our future in America. And I don't think we should be running to Africa either. I don't think Africa don't want us. Those people on the continent don't even recognize us as one of their own. Those people on the continent of Africa don't recognize us as one of their own. And that's because we're not them. We're not them in Africa. We're a different people over here in this country. And I'm talking about Black people. We're a different breed. We're a different people, created out of chattel slavery. And we need to do our own thing for our own survival over here in this country. Because things are going to get much, much worse for Black people in this country. And I do honestly believe that. I haven't felt optimistic about our future in a long time in this country. Here we are in 2020 begging for police reform, begging for an end to police brutality, begging for economic equality, begging the dominant society, begging, constantly on our knees, begging. That's got to stop. That's got to stop. We can't just keep begging and begging. We have to do something for our own survival here. We have to do something big for our own survival, or we'll just and yeah, so okay. We are doomed if we don't do something for our own survival. Yeah, so yeah, so anyway, I think that a lot of times, we hear things, we listen, but we don't comprehend well. Or we just don't care. You know what I mean? I think sometimes we have that attitude, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. I don't care about what he's saying. I don't care about what he's saying. That's what I think a lot of times. We listen to Brother Taalik and we listen comprehend well. We don't comprehend well. And that's what I think a lot of times, his opposition come from people that just don't comprehend well. And Taalik, he does get a lot of opposition from people, about the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. A lot of these people, they've been knowing Taalik for a long time. They've been knowing him for a long time, and they know that Taalik is he's different. They know that he's different, but for some odd reason, a lot of these people, they act like they can't comprehend what he's talking about when it comes to the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So with that being said, our brother will be joining us shortly in this live stream. Brother Taalik will be joining us shortly in this live stream. So, I've been having technical difficulties for some odd reason because I'm downstairs in the kitchen right now, and my internet just been going in and out. It's just been going in and out, my internet. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm high on drugs.
Oh no.
I am high on drugs, but it's for medical purposes.
Yeah.
I'm so sleepy. I'm so drowsy.
Yeah.
It's bad here. Hold up. I gotta cut the other one off. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, okay. like I said, I want to go more into detail next week with this subject. Have a special, sister wanted to come and join us. She said she won't be available till next week. So, but I still want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we can really start from, and I can go ahead and elaborate on your, at the beginning when you did not understand, and what was it in the very beginning about the campaign that you did not understand?
I mean, I didn't understand, okay, how can we take over a state? That's what I did not understand. How can we take over a state, a whole state? Because, Black people, we don't stick together. We don't, there's no unity.
No.
I mean, absolutely no unity. So how can we take over a whole state and unify?
Absolutely.
And that's what I did not understand at first. Like, okay, well, I just let it go. With you, so I didn't think it was possible. I'm just gonna be honest. Then I started thinking, well, most of the population in Mississippi is Black. And most of them is Black, but is there unity among the population of Black people in Mississippi is the question. You know what I mean? Is there enough unity where, okay, let us all band together and come together and make this a safe haven for Black people? Because, it's only 40 plus million of us in this country, I mean, it's only 40 plus million of us versus, the hundreds of millions of, white Americans and European Americans in this country. So if anything ever was to happen, like, say a civil war, we need to be able to band together, at least be able to, have a safe haven somewhere.
Yes.
Where we can regroup and where we can, I guess, fortify ourselves, so to speak. Fortify ourselves. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Well, it's simple, but it's not. It's complex, but yet it's simple. The concept of the Mississippi campaign is really not even my idea. It was something that our ancestors was doing just naturally in this country as they were progressing in the South. They were the majority or a big majority of the population in these southern states. They were building towns. They were getting different seats in the state government. They eventually, if it was not for the Ku Klux Klan, the terrorism of the South, they eventually would have took over those states. We would have been in control of those states just by our population anyway. And we had more of a mindset to be together because we weren't going to be with them. So we had more of a mindset to be together. So when we did vote, we always voted for ourselves. We always voted for what was in the best interest of ourselves instead of this integration mentality where I'm trying to look out for everybody. No, we was in a segregated type situation. So everything that we did, basically, what can we do? How are we going to move in order so that we can benefit ourselves? And eventually, we would have taken over. See, that's another thing about this wordplay. I never said take over the state. I said take control of the state.
Okay.
When you said take over, you give people the intent, some kind of domestic terror. They want to take over the government. And no. We want to take control of the government, the politics, so it can bring us the benefits that we're supposed to get anyway as a citizen of this country. That's what we want to do. Because as long as you're in charge, we're not going to get anything. So we need to put ourselves in a position so that we can take advantage of the benefits of being a citizen of this nation. And our ancestors were on their way to naturally doing that as they progressed in the South until those Peckerwoods terrorized them, caused them to run and scatter and mess that all up. So here we are. We have a state, Mississippi, a large population of persons. And I did not choose Mississippi because I was born and raised in Mississippi. That's not the reason why I chose it. I chose it because it's the path of least resistance. Because it's a poverty-stricken state, they don't give a damn about it. No, you don't really care nothing about it. There's no way we could go to New York State and try it. You got the Jews that's going to oppose, try to stop you. You got people that's not going to support that. You know, something like that in New York. Not going to happen. So you need to go to a place where no, I don't give a damn about it. You got a large population. You can do this really like almost on the down low. Next thing you know, you're in control of it. Nobody cares about Mississippi. Poverty-stricken. They barely making it. Who cares? But see, you're supposed to be God. You say you're a king and you're a queen and all you bragging and talking about how smart you know, and on these shows, your scholarship and your information. Well, it should be very simple for you to go in here, take this poverty-stricken state and make it rich and wealthy, and let's go on and do great things. But then when I bring it up, that's not going to work. You're God. How could you dare even begin to even say something like that? You God, king, queen, and all this stuff. And you're the rulers of the universe and all this stuff. And you're going to talk, how's this going to, you know. See, that don't even make any sense. How can you be God and talk about you all these names and how great you was? You came from the kings of Egypt, and you can't take over a state that's already functional. You don't have to build nothing. All thing we want to do is take control of it. All the systems are in place. All the infrastructure in place. You don't have to build nothing. All thing we want to do is take control of it so we can benefit ourselves. You can't do it because y'all are scrub and you can't control it. You dealing here with the free mind. That's one of the reasons why they can't comprehend, because I'm thinking I'm a free man. What I can do with my hands. What I know I can do. But see, the thing about it, if it was up to me, it'll be good. It's a done deal. But see, I have to depend on you. And y'all, you talk again. You talk, I'm a god. And you puff out your chest and you say all this hard stuff. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you sit down, you won't bust a grape. It's easy to come on YouTube and quote your scholarship and play, and then they never give a timetable of nothing. Oh, this is a process. Everything has a process, but everything has a timetable. Baby, a woman get pregnant, 9 months, baby needs to show up. You know, you put a seed in the ground, that's got to sprout, it's got to come up and be a plant, and then it has, you know, it bears its fruits. Everything has a timetable. They want to talk to me with no timetable. Because when you put a timetable on it, when the time comes, did you or did you not produce fruit? And see, you know you're not going to produce nothing, so it just goes on and on. And in the meantime, you collect donations and the leadership get rich and they run around in their fancy cars and all that, and the people don't get nothing. Don't get nothing at all. Either I produce or I sit my happy ass down. It's one or the other. I'm going to give you a timetable. I'm going to tell you progress as we move along. Progress. If we're not progressing, then I'm going to say, hey, I can't get the job done. It's not going like I thought it would be. We need to find a different way to go. Operation Exodus Mississippi is more than just creating a safe haven. You are actually, see, they keep talking this nationhood, and that's what we do. See, I can't even, do you remember the Karate Kid? The first one?
Yeah.
Well, even the second one, because they basically both the same. And then, you know, the young boy went to Mr. Miyagi, whatever his name was, and he wanted to learn karate, kung fu. Yeah. And Mr. Miyagi said, cool, but, you know, I got all these chores I want you to do at my house. And so the boy started doing the chores, you know, washing the car, doing the floors, and the boy was like, I've been doing this, washing your car and sweeping and doing all this stuff. Man, you ain't taught me no karate. I'm done. You know, you using me. And then the teacher said, wait, come here. How did I show you how to wipe the car? Look, take your hand. This is how I show you how to wipe the car. Then he throw a punch. Now use that. That's a block. See, I'm teaching you karate. You don't even know it. It's beyond his comprehension. I'm teaching you. I'm showing you how to get what you want. Your nation and all this stuff that y'all talk about, that you glorify. Showing you how to do it. But you don't know what I'm talking about. It's beyond you. You just like that the Karate Kid. You don't know that. Are you saying you're a master teacher? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a master teacher. I learned because I had to learn myself the hard way. Hold on a second here. Cut this off. Yeah, I'm a master teacher. Because I learned. Here I am. Spent 10 years in the nut house. And I got myself out. No lawyer. I had to figure it all out. I used all the tools that was at my hand. Disposal. I used friends and enemies. See, that's what you don't understand. You don't know how to use your enemies for your own benefit. Because you on this kick, the white man's the devil, and I'm not gonna. How you just get what you want? I don't care nothing about white or Asian as long as I get what I want. See, that's the thing about it. You really don't want it. Because if you want it, by any means necessary, like Malcolm said. And how you not going to, long as you live in America, how you going to do anything without them anyway? There's nothing that you can do. Everything, when you break ground, whatever you do in this country, you got to ask their permission. Everything that you do. And plus, on top of that, it's really not a black and white thing. Because the people in Mississippi, whatever we do is going to benefit everybody, including them. And I'm very sure they want to do good. Everybody want to do well. Everybody want to be on the winning team. There's a brother, Marvin Muhammad, in a small town of Red Lick, Mississippi. They just built a school. A lot of the supplies that they used to build the school came from white folks, their neighbors. It was cool with. They gave them supply and helped them build the school. It's got to be all black. I don't care as long as the school get built. That's all that's required. You're not thinking straight. You're not. This situation that we're in is like playing chess. You make a move, they make a move. And you know, in chess, you really make when you actually make a move, you already thinking about where you're going to move next as you make that move. You got to look at Operation Exodus Mississippi as a military operation. That's why when I first presented the idea, I wanted somebody like Louis Farrakhan to get on board because because of his popularity, because of who he is, we can make this fast. Now, I could get out here, me and Sister Noble, we can get our little ragged car, and it'll take us 30, 35, 40 years, we'd be half dead, and still ain't really got nothing going on. So the mission is too big for two people. This is a nationwide effort. You need the help of New York, Detroit. You need the whole country to help this one little spot to build it up for what is in the best interest of all of us. But see, some of y'all trip, why it's got to be Mississippi? Why it can't be? Because that's what it is. You build this area, so this area can build, so this area can benefit all of us. Say for instance, once we take control of this state, one of the benefits. What if for some reason you got in trouble in California and the California police was after you or whatever, you innocent or whatever? If you could make it to Mississippi, Mississippi don't have to extradite you back to California. Mississippi can say, hey, you know, what's going on here? You know, you have to give us some more information before we release this person to you. Where can you run in the United States right now if you got in trouble? Nowhere. Everybody send your happy ass right back so them racists or whoever that's probably doing you bad can get a hold of you.
Yeah.
You have nothing.
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 Because you don't have any economic power.
Period.
Period.
You have no power at all.
And then you're making demands about reparations, and they're not taking you seriously. They're not taking black people seriously on that.
No.
You're talking about we need to, reform the police departments. We need to defund the police departments.
Yeah.
No, we need the police, because I tell you now, if I'm in any kind of danger, I'm calling 911.
Of course, we need
I'm
that.
not calling Jesus. I'm not calling Yahweh. I ain't calling no Allah. I'm calling 911. Now, we need to get rid of these bad cops. That's what we need to do. We definitely need to get them out of the police departments, these bad cops. But we don't need to defund the police department. We actually need more police.
Yeah.
Because these folks in this country are violent.
Absolutely.
They are violent.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
About the Mississippi campaign. Building the foundation, it doesn't make any sense for us to take control of a state and then lose it. So that means the population and everybody involved, we got to have a change of behavior. But I don't want to force it on you, just like in religion. They want to tell you, well, if you don't do this, and God, you're going to go to hell. And I don't want to do people like that. I just want to go out to the population and ask everybody. I'm not asking you to just stop smoking your dope. Do you have to smoke so much? Do you have to drink so much? Can we start calming down a little bit for what's in the best interest of the people, of the children that you claim that you love for their future? Can we do that? Can we sacrifice a little marijuana? Can we sacrifice them dollars that you was throwing in the women's panties at the strip club? Put that in a fund so that we can build out a better school system for your children. And ask them politely, what do you want to do? Do you want to help your own? And see, this is the thing about, and we want to reach out to our homeless population, because this is an agriculture. I'm using agriculture to build wealth. Homeless people can put seeds in the ground by hand if necessary. But we got to support them, those who are there. That's why it's a nationwide effort, so you can support everybody to get there. This is a military operation. Don't expect to live in beautiful houses and all this. This is a military operation. We're here, we're at war. We want to take control of this area. Even if you have to set up tents and sleep on the ground. It's going to get better as we progress. But this is a military operation. When you take your soldiers, they'll parachute anywhere. Jungle, swamp, whatever. You got to know how to make it. So this is a military operation. You're going in, you're not there, you're there to take care of business. And the business that we're doing, we want to take control of the state. That's what we want to do.
We want to control the state.
We want to, take control of the state. And we want to do it. We're going to gain our wealth by organic food production. That's where we're going to gain our wealth. Yeah. Organic food production. We feed ourselves organic food. Plus, we'll be growing it so that we can send out to the rest of the states and the world. And anybody can do that. You don't have to have all our brothers and sisters all locked up in jail 24 hours a day. You got some that got decent behavior, whatever. Let them out. Let them go.
Let them out. Yeah, let them work on the farms. Yeah.
Work on the farms. Go to school. Feed them cows and chickens.
Yeah.
The youth.
Because all of them in there are not violent. But by the time they get out of there, they probably will be violent. They didn't go in violent, but by the time they leave, they will be violent.
I'll tell you this.
because of the conditioning in the prisons.
Yeah, right.
Because of the conditioning and the abuse and the torture that go on inside these prisons. Yeah. So a lot of these folks, they're not violent when they go in, but after they get tortured and raped all up in the prison, they become violent after they leave or before they leave the prison. They become violent. See what I'm saying? And if you release them back into society, they'll perpetuate a crime on somebody and have to end up going back to prison. So
cycle. Just
it's a cycle. Yeah.
Now, I have 10 years experience of being with people locked up, violent, rapists, pedophiles, I've been with all of them. My experience is we hear about their crime, but most of us, we don't know their story. A lot of these people get caught up in things.
Yeah.
And some of these people who abuse themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing, they had no treatment, there was nothing, whatever. I don't know what it is about me. I used to just sit by myself, and these guys just come sit next to me, just telling me their whole story, life story. I'm like, telling me all this stuff. You know, they need somebody to talk to. We live in a world where nobody give a damn about you.
Mm-hmm.
See? Nobody cared. My mama didn't give a damn about me. Father, you know, I don't have no real friends, you know, relationships spoiled, you know, they get caught up in different things.
Mm-hmm.
These are human beings. So, you know, homeless people on the street are human beings. Our children are human beings. And whether we like it or not, a lot of times, a lot of people do these things. They want attention. They want love. I want you to know that I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
So Operation Exodus, Mississippi, yeah, we want to use your body, but we want to recognize your life.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing all this to make it better for you because you're not going to be homeless forever. We're putting ourselves in a position to take all our people off the street, all of them off the drug, to give you something to fight for. You know, I don't have to do drugs. I'm doing this. I'm standing up and I'm living to produce a better future for my children and give myself value. I'm a soldier in this thing here. I'm part of the greatest generation that we ever produced. Don't you know, if we're able to pull this off, we will be the greatest generation we ever produced. This mission here will supersede everything we've done in the last 100 years. It will supersede all of it. Because all that put together still didn't give us no power. This will bring you your power, your respect, and it will make all your dreams come true, but you don't see it because the only thing you know about, I'm just washing a car. You don't understand it. You don't understand that you learn in martial arts. And see, you have people that think they smart. The scholarship, and they read all these books. That still don't mean you don't know.
But they don't think.
Because yes, right.
They don't think. Their thinking, this thing keep going in and out.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, you know, their thinking is a little warped in a sense. And I think a lot of that, it really goes back to this religion shit. It goes back to, you know, these different ideologies because, you know, overexposure to these harmful ideologies, it really can cause, you know, it really can cause. That's why a lot of these people, a lot of their thinking is warped. Is their thinking is off. They don't think straight. They don't think properly. They don't think the way that they should think. You know what I mean? In a situation where their life is in danger, they don't think appropriately. Your life is in danger, fool. Your life is in danger. You have to do something. Okay, you have to do something to either get out of the danger that you're in, or at least to put a stop to it. You know what I mean? At least to put a halt to it. You know, and that's why I had to get out of religion. That's why I had to leave Christianity. I had to. There was no other choice except get the hell away from Christianity. Stop believing in these mythological figures that never even existed.
Yes.
Stop believing in Jesus because he ain't coming back to save me. Okay? Jesus ain't nowhere to be found because Jesus does not exist. I had to get out of Christianity for my own survival. I had to. Because if I had remained in Christianity, I think that one day I would have really possibly ended my life. If I had just kept going, had kept going in Christianity. I think one day I possibly would have ended my life. But now, you know, I just don't feel as suicidal. I don't feel, I'm telling you, I don't feel as suicidal as I once did while I was in Christianity, while I was once in that religion. That only produces fear. That's all it does. It just produces fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, I think once I got out of Christianity, my mindset altered. It changed. You know what I mean? It changed my mindset, my just the way I think. The way I think changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
I know everything about myself. When I got rid of all that religious stuff and that blackity black, all that black white stuff, I started all over again from scratch. I had to look at things because that blackity black power, that African stuff, that it's a warped system. It's not looking at things real. You're unable to look at things, your situation from a realistic point of view. You have a diluted point of view. Because here you are actually in the mouth of the lion. And you want to act like you tough. You ain't tough. You in the mouth of the lion. Not on the outside. You actually in the mouth of the lion. And you need to get out. Now, this brother gonna tell me that it's a benefit to all that historical stuff. Yeah, in the proper place, which is a university, college, or whatever. That's where that belongs. Nat Turner did not give a damn about that stuff you talking about. He want out. I want to be free now. That's not going to help. Him going to all the slaves and talking about what they did in ancient Egypt 3,000 years ago, whatever, that is not going to help us. We want to get out. I've never heard a prisoner that wanted to escape jail. Well, let's learn world history first. You know that's going to help us. Let's learn about all that. They want to get out now. How are we going to use this? How are we going to get out of this now? Now, if what you're studying, like say for instance, if I want to break out of jail, if you're studying past people how they broke out, that's information that can help you. Maybe. Because this is 2020. This is high technology stuff. Everything's a whole lot different. You know, a jail during the time of Jesse James, you know, this is the whole different ball game now. So that information is not going to help you. You know, with Jesse James escaping out of jail, that's not going to help you now. But so it's about what you want also. The first thing in order to accomplish anything is you want to do it. Do you want to take control of this state? Because if you really don't want to, it's not going to get done anyway. So see, they don't want to because they can't comprehend it. Because they don't want to. They are obsessed with their fantasy world of being some god, some alpha male. You know, how are you going to be an alpha male living with another man that dominates, that stick you in your backside every night? How are you an alpha male? There are no black men in this country that's an alpha anything. Because an alpha male is not going to allow another man in his house like that. It's not going to do that. An alpha male, what's up there, Wise? An alpha male is not going to allow and do not want his children to grow up with his enemy. And here you are, your children and wives been growing up with the enemy, going on 500 years, and you wonder why the black women don't respect me. They don't respect me. You ain't no damn man. You a feral ass slave running around here getting the scraps from all in the backside of another man that don't respect you. You got to come out here and march and beg and vote and all this other stuff. How embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing.
I mean, begging for equal rights, begging in 2020 for equal rights, begging for economic equality.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Right.
Oh, you know, in 2020.
And he's supposed to get some kind of respect. Yes, right. Why I think it's still on the plantation, bro. And we're still on the plantation. I'm trying to get you. If we got to be on the plantation, at least we can control a section of it if we're going to be on the plantation.
Yeah.
So another big thing is how are we actually going to do this? They want to know the details. First of all, now I already told you what the plan is. Now, when you actually move and want to do something, you don't tell everybody what you gonna do and how you gonna move, because your enemy gonna be there waiting to do whatever they can to stop you. So why would I come here in the public and just reveal everything, how we gonna do it, what we gonna do? That's stupid. I'm giving you the foundation of what we need to do, and then as we do it, let them find out as we do it. I'm not gonna go before so they can start thinking, well, if they're gonna make this move, how we gonna do it? That's not wise. But one thing for sure is, if we don't do something big, we might as well not do nothing at all. Because we're in a race here, and we're very, very far behind. And if we don't do something big, we can't get back in the race. We can't get back in the game. Too far behind. Your scholarship is not going to get us there. Building a little school. I heard somebody's trying to build a little black town. That's not going to get us nowhere. That's good for the individual involved in that little town. That's good, you know, for individual personal stuff. But as a people, these little things aren't going to do nothing for us as a people. Something that can benefit the 40 million. This, taking control of a state, benefits the 40 million, because the 40 million is going to be participating and expecting to get something out of what they invest in. And they will. Because that organic food is going to be going to our people all over the country. Those who don't have jobs, they can come here. Don't have no shame in farming. Come here, pick some fruit, some vegetables. Help us with these cows and chickens. And then you go from there into management. Grow yourself, be proud. You're doing this for yourself. Pick some damn cotton. But now you're picking the cotton for you. Not for them. You're picking it for you. Everything you're doing, we're doing is for us. The benefit of us. We are family. In order to get this together, it's going to take a family move. You tripping on, how come it can't be California? How come? It's Mississippi. It's the path of least resistance. You got a better shot there. And if we so smart like you claim, and you are, we're very talented people. We have a lot of talent. And see, I can't do it all by myself. I don't know nothing about highway construction. I don't know nothing about farming. I don't know about all these things. But we do as a people. The 40 million do. We got the skills. We got the skills, the 40 million. Everything that we need. We got the money. We got the skills. Everything that we need, we can do this overnight. But you got these clowns. They so smart. Where's all this getting you? That's what I'm asking. I mean, it's cool. But what is it getting you? Oh, how long is it going to take? They can't even tell you. Well, you know, this is a process. It might be 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 1,000 years. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. When you are on war and your general is telling you, well, take your soldiers and I want y'all to take that town over there. How long is it going to take you? What you going to do? He don't want to hear the soldiers tell him, well, might be 10 days, might be 13, might be 4. They don't want to hear that. Everything is on a timetable because we got other things to do. Now, maybe you don't have nothing else to do and you can wait 2,000 years, 3,000 years. Got other things to do. We got to continue to progress. Those who's not doing anything, yeah, you got that kind of time because you don't have nothing else to do. You comfortable just doing whatever, the nothing that you've been doing. Those who want to progress continue to move forward. See, anybody that is alive, anything that is alive, the majority of the time you move forward. You know, you don't go backwards. These people telling you about 5,000, 12,000 years ago, and we moving forward. We looking ahead in the future. We got a vision for the future. 12,000 years in the future, not going back, because that's over with. Those people dead and gone, is over. They did their time. We're looking for the future. We're going forward. 12,000 years, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to teach about God. They said that the gods used to envision the future 25,000 years ahead of time. So what kind of God are you? And you can't even envision the future 25 minutes ahead of time, let alone 25,000 years ahead of time. That's what I'm about. My vision, I'm looking at 25,000 years ahead of time. I'm dead and gone, bones all dry. I'm gone, but that's what I'm looking at. What are we going to be 25,000 years from now? We already know what was happening 25,000 years back. We want to create the future, not go back into the past. And that's what you don't understand about me. And I understand, I hear your philosophy in this history and stuff like that. I take what I can use out of it and throw the rest away. I know this obsession with it's not gonna get us. That don't grow food. That don't put food on nobody's table. That don't get nobody out the street. That don't get nobody out. It don't do nothing for nobody. It inspires. And even if you inspire somebody, well, okay, I'm inspired. I know all this. Now what I'm going to do. Now what you going to do now that you know? Still don't know what to do. So you did all that studying and scholarship and all, for what? And you still don't know what to do. It's like you go to school to fix a car, and then when it comes time for you to fix the car, you don't know how to do it. You wasted all that time. Okay, you got all this knowledge to fix a car, but the car's still on blocks. So what's the sense of having all this knowledge if you can't apply it and make it work?
Apply the knowledge, exactly. Knowledge alone is not power.
It's not power. How does this help you? That's all I'm asking you. All this scholarship, how does it really help you? Like I said, a lot of stuff has a place in a college, university, or whatever. This situation that we're in, that does not help us. Like King Noble said, that's a fact. Has it helped you? Make you feel good? Has not done nothing for us. So, you know, you holding yourself back because you can't comprehend. You're not as smart as you think that you are. And you're jealous, really, you're jealous and envious of me. You don't understand me because you can't comprehend me because I am that master teacher. I'm the one that's teaching you to wax on and wax off, and you don't understand that you learn it. Because you're caught up in religion and all this African spirituality and blackity black. It's got your mind warped.
Yep.
You're not looking at your situation.
Not even thinking straight.
Yeah, you're not thinking straight.
Can't think straight.
You're not thinking realistically. You think like a slave.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Still thinking like a slave. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're not.
That's what it really boiled down to.
The only thing you did was went from one slave philosophy to another.
Exactly.
You never got off the plantation.
Went from chattel slavery to capitalism.
Yeah, same type of stuff.
Same thing.
And your idea of success is the same as the cracker is. You just want to be in control of it. But you're a capitalist, and whatever that cracker is, that's what you are too.
And eventually they're going to go from capitalism to socialism.
Whatever we used to.
It's the same exact oppressive system. All of it. Chattel slavery, from chattel slavery to capitalism to socialism. Same oppressive system.
Just civilization, period, is slavery.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the beginning of slavery. Civilization was the first time where it began to take human independence, because all of us are supposed to have the right to go out here and get your little shack and do your own little thing. You don't have to be dependent on nothing. Just like the birds just run around, everything is available for everybody. But when you put when they start building civilization, then it took your individual right to have your own little land and grow and do your own thing. Now I gotta go to somebody for corn. I should be able to do all of us have the right to do our own little thing. We shouldn't have to be dependent on nobody. But civilization takes all that away. And then from that platform, here comes the exploitation of women, children, you know, domesticating the animals, starting to slay the animals. Civilization caused all that, making pets out of animals. Civilization caused all that stuff. Rape, murder, because now you put all of them on top of one another. You know, things of this nature. That's the beginning of the downfall of a lot of humanity. And
then add religion to it.
Oh, then they made up down. Then you got some suckers that made up all this stuff and add the religion and in their ignorance and foolishness. And it's been going on for thousands of years. It needs to be broken up and destroyed.
Yes.
It needs to be broken up and destroyed. We need to do better. Human beings cause all this, and human beings can put it back, make things better. But right now, we should be in survival mode, and we need to put ourselves in a position so that we can have a safe haven, a place that we can feel safe.
I mean, we've been living in survival mode for over 500 years now. Over 500 years, we've been in survival mode. I mean, it's just time to have a solution. You know, it's time to have a solution to the situation that we're in. You know, and religion is not the solution.
No, it's not.
You know, all that blackety black stuff that's not a solution. You know, so that's not going to help you. All of that scholarship, all that, whatever, we learned, in class, in school, all of that is not helping our situation in this country right now. You know, we're in survival mode, and I don't see it getting any better for Black people.
If it was working, I wouldn't even have nothing to say.
Yeah.
What would I have to say? If that stuff is working, I have nothing to say. I keep on working. I mean, y'all doing y'all thing, right? But it's not working. Everything we've tried in the past, everything has failed. It's time for a new strategy, a new way of thinking, a new mindset, a new you. They keep trying to go backwards. It's time to go forward. They want to keep
get off your damn knees. Get off your knees out here. Talking about don't shoot. Get off your knees. And stop talking about don't shoot. Stop doing that shit. You know, it just looks like you're bowing or you're submitting, or you're in submission. When you do that, it's like you're bowing down to the powers. Get off your damn knees out here in these streets. Stop doing that shit. It just looks very submissive. You know what I mean? Very submissive.
Not a good look at all.
No, it's not. Talking about don't shoot, hands up, don't shoot. Oh yeah, hands up. Look, hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm like, really? They still gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
You're still gonna get murdered out here by your own people, not just by the popo, but by your own people. You still gonna get shot, and murdered. All that damn begging, talking about hands up, don't shoot, begging. That's not gonna stop anything. These people in this country are violent. And Black people, it ain't just Black people. It's everybody, honey. Everybody. This is just a violent damn nation. Okay. It ain't just Black people that's violent, and it ain't just white people that's violent. It's everybody. Okay? It's every group. It's every group.
Look, I'll show you how violent this country is. The the majority of a lot of the programming that's on TV nowadays is based on crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, crime stories, the FBI, the CSI, and you know, and on cable, you got all these crime stories and stuff like this. It's a whole lot of it, and majority of it is white folks. Talk about how violent Negroes is. Majority of those stories is about white folks, how they killing each other and stuff like that. White on white crime. You know, whatever.
Yeah. That's been going on white crime. That's been happening. That's been happening for thousands of years, white on white crime.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing new, honey. Just like black on black crime, that's been happening for thousands of years. You know, it ain't nothing new.
Boy,
they was over there killing each other in Africa too. Okay.
Sure.
So, you know, they was making war upon each other over in Africa.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Before the Europeans came. Okay. That was before the Europeans came and before the Muslims came. They was making war upon each other in Africa for thousands of years. Okay. The Egyptians, you know, against the Ethiopians against the Egyptians. You know, honey, nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. That's a quote in the Bible. That's a quote from the Bible. There is nothing new under the sun, and that is so true. What you're seeing thousands of years ago, you seeing today, playing out before your eyes today. You know, we're just a violent species, plain and simple. We're a violent species. Yeah. You know, we've destroyed this planet, and we're going to cause our own extinction.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, we're going to cause our own extinction. I'm talking about all of us. We're going to cause our own extinction.
All of you need to be gone.
Yeah.
Because you're too damn smart to be so stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're not worthy of life. You're not worthy of life.
Too damn violent.
Yeah, very violent.
And too oppressive. Too violent and too oppressive toward each other.
Yeah.
And also the animals. Yeah. You know, we oppress the animals too. We oppress them too. Yeah.
So it's about a different strategy. It's about doing things different. And you're not able to comprehend, and you're not able to understand. You're not able to understand. I understand because I'm using myself as an example. My 10 years of being locked up, and I was able to use all the different tools, friend and foe, ink pen, lead pen, I didn't care. You take advantage of anything that you can get your hands on to get what you want. What did I want? I wanted to get out of there.
I know that's right.
So I didn't like a lot of those people, but a lot of them had information or whatever, and I used them for my purpose. Because what I wanted was to get out of there. You don't want to get out of here, because if you want to get out of here by any means necessary, you'll do it. But then there's another thing too. See, I was smart enough to do it. See, you got to be smart. You got to understand. See, you're not smart enough because you're thinking. You're not looking at
warped. Their thinking is warped.
Thinking is warped.
And because of that damn religion
and these
all that blackity black stuff, all that blackity black stuff, and all that, you know, that scholarship, and like you said, you know, all that regions. And I'm like, okay, but that's not helping us today. That's not helping us today.
No, it's not.
All that stuff we learned in the classroom when we was in school, none of that shit is helping us right now.
No.
None of it.
None of it.
I went to school for paralegal studies. That ain't helping me right now because I'm not in the field. See what I'm saying? What I went to school for, it's not helping me because I'm not in the field right now.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just, man, I'm glad that I woke up. I'm glad that I really, really, really woke up finally, because I still, even though I left Christianity in 2011, I still had some inclinations toward it. Does that make sense? I still had some inclinations toward it, even though I said, you know what, I don't believe in Jesus back in 2011, and I left the church and I said, well, it's not real. I still had that fear in me. You know what I mean? That fear of, oh, what if it is real? What if Jesus actually do exist? And what if, what if hell is real? You know what I mean? I still had those thoughts even after I left Christianity in 2011, even after I walked away from the church in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up going back to Christianity because I read a fucking book, okay, about this atheist guy who claimed he died, okay, back in the 1980s and went to hell, and he saw the devil and he saw demons and he saw folks being tormented in hell, and he saw Jesus. That's what he claimed. He said he saw Jesus, but baby, that guy, even though he was an atheist, he also grew up in Christianity. So he already had that instilled in him from an early age. So even though he later on rebelled against Christianity and the church in his youth, he still grew up in Christianity. And so when he was about to die back in the 1980s, he didn't die. He, this atheist guy that I'm telling y'all about, he got cholera on the job site. He got cholera on the job site. It was from poisoned water that he drank on the job site when he was in construction.
Mm-hmm.
And he was about to die. He didn't die, but he was about to die. His brain was about to shut down. And when your brain is about to shut down, you will have all kinds of hallucinations. When your brain is about to shut down, you're not actually dead unless that brain completely stops functioning. Just because your heart stopped beating, just because you stopped breathing, does not mean that you are dead if you have brain activity. You are dead only if your brain activity stops. That's when you're dead. Mm-hmm. Not when your heart stops. And and it took somebody like Taalik, to point that out to me, to make the distinction, because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, somebody's dead when their heart stopped. That's what I was thinking. I always thought, oh, the person died because their heart stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's when your brain stops functioning. That's when you're dead. Mm-hmm. So this guy had all kinds of hallucinations about he went to hell, he saw demons, he saw Jesus. Baby, read my book, God is on Trial.
Mm-hmm.
How religion keeps humanity under mind control and fear. And then you'll understand that it is Christianity, it is all these different major religions that instills fear in their believers, because it gives you this false reality of a place called hell, according to the New Testament, which is not even a real place. It's not even a real place. What I'm trying to say is, when we die, it's over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
When we die, it's over. You're not going to no hell. You're not going to no heaven. Your body is going into the dirt. Mm-hmm. It's going into the dirt, back to the earth. You ain't going nowhere. There's no going to heaven or hell after you die. Okay, I know it's hard for some of y'all to comprehend the things that me and Taalik are telling you all. I just want to make sure that you all understand what I'm saying today. I want to break it down so you can understand it plainly. When we die, it's over. Mm-hmm. You're not going to no heaven, and you're not going to no hell. Your body is going into the earth. That's it. You're done. You're done. Okay? That's it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. this medicine, this crap I got, give you dry mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be if we don't do something big, you don't have to do the Mississippi campaign. But whatever you do, if you don't do it big and it's on the level where it does not benefit the 40 million, you might as well not do nothing at all.
Nope.
Might as well not do nothing at all. Period. Because we gotta put ourselves in a position to gain power now. That's why I asked for the help of somebody like Farrakhan. Because you need something done fast now in a hurry. Not something waiting on the next 200 years, 300 years, 400. You need to get on the ball and get it going now. If everybody in the states helped, we could take control of Mississippi in no time. It wouldn't take that long at all. Then you get yourself together, come up with this battle strat, how we gonna do this and blah, 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 and get that ball rolling. And I tell you, once you do it and once you get it done, you be like, wow, you could have done that a long time ago. It would have been done a long time ago if them Peckerwoods had left our people alone in the South. They was doing it anyway. But since they couldn't do it because of terrorism, we can do it because we don't have that on our back. We got things much easier and cannot even replicate what our ancestors done. You got more money, you got the scholarship, you got the information, you got all this, and you can't even replicate what the ancestors have already done. What the hell?
They got the information. They got the information about what the ancestors did. They got it.
Yeah.
But they're not putting it into practicality for today.
Yeah.
They're capitalists. That's what it really boiled down to. They're capitalists. They don't want to change anything. They want to remain in the system.
Right.
But they just don't want to be accosted by the police. They don't, they want to remain like this in a capitalist society.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're capitalists.
Right.
They just don't want to be, like I said, accosted by the police every minute, every day, or whatever. Mm-hmm. They just, want equal rights, and they want, economic equality and blase, but they just don't want you kicking their ass out here in the streets, basically, and they just want to remain in this racist environment as a capitalist. That's it.
I don't want to be like these people. I want to create something new in this geographical place here.
Yeah.
I don't want us to live like them.
No.
I don't want us to think like them. Our whole attitude is going to be different. When they come to the state of Mississippi, they're like, those people are different. When you come to the state of Mississippi, I want people to leave and say, I want to live there. I want to be there. Because we won't have the drunks. We don't have the homeless problem. We're going to deal with all that. We don't have all kinds of people. Our teenage birth rate and thing. We're not trying to be righteous and holy.
No.
But we can do better than what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you will see. You'll see that because, see, now people got something to strive for and live for. Look what we're building here. And the right thing that happens in the world, you might mess around. This might be your country for real. The right thing that happened in the world, or some kind of big natural disaster, whatever, you're already in here. This is your spot. I got mine. This is your nation. But see, we think our thinking. We're not thinking.
Think like slaves.
And we're also selfish.
Still thinking like slaves.
And we're selfish also because we're thinking about what I want. I'm not doing this. We're not doing this for what I want. You're doing it for your future generations. So they can do better. So they can go progress forward. They don't have to worry about keep going backwards. You want to do this for your children, for the future. Like Dr. King and all those, they did it for us so that we can do better, their children. And so we should be striving. During the Revolutionary War, a good number of those people, they died in the war. but they died for their children can have this, but they never had a chance to enjoy it. And that's just what it's all about. So we live so the next generation can do better, and that generation lives so that next generation can keep moving forward. And you have to have an eye for the future. You got to have vision, a purpose, and a goal for the future, not keep going down backwards. I'm sick of going backwards. This ain't Michael Jackson Moonwalker. Keep going backwards. Talk about what the past. What about the future? Have an imagination. How, you know, even the white folks, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, they thinking about how we gonna be in the future. You talk about getting on the boats and what you was doing primitive back 12,000 years ago. That's overdone. They done their time. Now we're doing our time and we'll be gone. But what kind of legacy, what kind of history you gonna leave behind? Are they gonna be talking about you? Hell no, they were just some bum Negroes running around here and the scholarship and the Paul family hotel. That's all they were about. Dumb.
And they got destroyed.
And got destroyed, right. Just a bunch of pharaoh slave clowns. Now you might accept that as part of your legacy. I got a problem with that. Because I know we better. We can do way better. Take control of this state, and we are the greatest generation that we ever produced. And it's not as hard as you think. The only thing I do is do it. Y'all talk about it, you love God. It said that the God just think it, and it be. But in this case, you have to put your hands to the ground. Work your hand, you have to sweat. And on that note,
yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I'm going to end this live stream. You know, I thank Brother Taalik for coming in and being on this live stream with me today, you know, as I expound on Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign, and he did a wonderful job also expounding on the Exodus Mississippi campaign, Operation Exodus Mississippi. So with that being said, I need you all to donate to his medical fundraiser at Zelle. You can see, you know, in the description box where to go and donate. Also, my book is on sale now on Amazon Kindle for $3.99. Okay, so go check it out. I downloaded it, you know, on my phone, and I love it. It's, you know, I love it.
I see you know it's great.
So yeah, I downloaded it on my phone, and it's ooh, I love it. I'm reading it now, as a matter of fact. And I'm very I'm proud of, you know, writing this book for several reasons. You know, it was very hard for me. First of all, it was hard for me to leave Christianity because shit, I ended up going back to it. You know, after I left in 2011, I went back to it in 2015. So it was hard for me to really leave and really break away from Christianity, you know, out of fear.
Yeah.
I went back to Christianity out of fear. So, you know, I thought about what Sister said, you know, in the live stream last night, Sister Tangi, about, you know, what she said. You know, she said, "Ooh, that takes courage." It took courage, and you know, she said it took courage for you. It did, because at first I had no intention on publishing this book. At first, I had no intention. I was going to sit on this book. That's what I was going to do. That was the original plan, to sit on this book. Even though I had finished it, I finished the book earlier this year. I finished it. But the original plan was, you know what, I'm going to sit on this book, and I'm going to sit on it. I'm not going to get it published. In fact, it was on May 28th. I woke up on the morning of May 28th and decided, you know what, I'm going to publish this book. And I called iUniverse Publishing that same day. It was on May 28th of this year. And, you know, I went ahead and paid them that same day. I just woke up one morning and I said, you know, I'm going to publish this book. But that was not the original plan at first. I was going to sit on this book. I was going to sit on it and think about it before I did it, because I knew, you know, there were some people like my sister and some church folks that could possibly. I knew that. I knew that before I published it. I knew it was some people that was possibly going to get a hold of it. But I don't think my sister read it. I don't think she read it. She knows about the book, but she hasn't read it. So you know, anyway, you know, I'm proud of, you know, making that leap into publishing, you know, and I mean into publishing this book. I've published other books before this one, but you know, this particular book is special to me. This one is special to me, very special. Yeah. Because, you know, I was able to expound on the things that I had learned about Christianity. And, you know, I was able to talk about things that I had experienced while a Christian, such as I lived in fear of going to hell, fear of not going to heaven after I die, just fear of the afterlife. And also I feared some other things too. I feared people. I feared, you know, being sick or, you know, coming down with a major illness or a disease. I just lived in fear as a Christian. Okay. And if you ever was a Christian yourself, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you ever was a Christian, I'm talking about, you know, the people that are listening to me now, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say that I lived in fear. Okay, fear of the unknown, fear of going to hell. So, you know, with that being said, I'm going to end this live stream, you know, and
real quick.
Yeah.
That Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign has nothing to do with religious beliefs, personal ideologies, none of that kind of stuff. So anything that we say in reference to religion or something like that, whatever, that has nothing to do with the campaign.
Operation Exodus Mississippi
has nothing to do with that. We don't blend that. My personal beliefs and about something or anybody has nothing to do with that. It's just totally economics, trying to get some power for ourselves as a group, as a people. That's all it's about. Has nothing to do with trying to convert people to some religion or whatever. Has nothing to do with all that. So that's a disclaimer for the campaign. It has nothing to do with those things. And also subscribe. I'm gonna put this video on the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Matter of fact, she has it right there. The YouTube channel, Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. Anything in relationship to Mississippi campaign, I put on that channel. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. And again, I thank you for your donations to help me with my medical bills. And thank you for the support of Sister Noble's book, God is on Trial. And I would hope that you would help us. And see, the first part of the mission of Operation Exodus Mississippi is getting people to know. How people are going to make a choice and act on something that they don't know. So the first step that we got to do, how can you go to another step and people don't even know nothing? How can I make a move and I don't have no soul? So we got to be able to put it out to the people so they'll know and start talking about it. Either they're going to do it or they're not. How are you going to act on something that you don't know exists? So the first thing that we got to do, you got to put it out and let the people know that it exists. And then you can make a choice. You can do it or you don't. For me, I really don't care. But if you want to do it, we got 1,000%. Let's get this job done, and you'll be amazed at what we can do.
Okay. And with that being said, I'm going to end this live stream.
All right.
After I post this information right here. Donate to Taalik's medical fundraiser at Zelle.
Also, you can go to Cash App Angel Snub 7. and or PayPal, Lauren Ray. And you can get that information on any of my latest videos, how to donate to the fundraiser.
Okay. All right. Goddess on Trial is now available on Amazon Kindle for $3.99. All right. Peace.